Hello everyone, it's Jessica here, and I'm playing along with Cherry Challenges again with a couple of my scrappy friends, and I'll list them down in the description below so you can check out what they did today as well. So for the Cherry Challenge I'm participating in today, it is the video gaming challenge hosted by Brandy, which is Queen Bee, I think is her username on Cherry on Top message boards, where you can find all the challenges. And I am channeling my inner Missy Whidden today. She is one of my absolute favorite crafters. She hasn't been putting anything out there. I know she's got some things going on, so she hasn't been scrapbooking a whole lot or posting videos lately for us to enjoy, but I still love her style. I love everything that she has out there and all of her previous layouts. So I'm trying to channel her today, and I'm going to use some Shimmerz paints to create a mixed media background. So I've got paper here. This is the textured cardstock by Colorbach, and I applied some clear gesso to the background of that, and then I've ripped a couple pieces off of a Vicky Bouton pattern paper, and I'm just smudging on some white gesso on that pattern paper just to kind of mute it, and I wanted it to be very soft on the edges, so I'm just using my fingertips like Missy does to actually blend that in. So here you can see I am just using my tape runner to just tape that section down on the top of my layout, and then I'm going to start applying my mixed media. So I've got 4 photos today that I'm going to use. These are all photos of my son playing in the water. This is one of the beaches near our house. It's only about 20 minutes from my house. It's called Black Mashannon. The water is black. The sand is very dark. So it's kind of weird, but it's like a little kind of a lake beach for us. So we love to visit there, and it's a nice little beach. So it makes a nice experience for them, and it's fast for us to get there. So they just love it. What I'm doing here is I've already prepped that paper with that gesso so it can hold up to this liquid and water on it. So I've spritzed some water down first, and then I just began adding some of these Shimmerz paints by using some water to activate some of them and just kind of watering them down as I went to dilute them a little bit, because these are pretty pigmented, which I love, but I wanted them to be a little bit softer and blend together. So what I'm doing here is I'm just kind of tilting my paper. I'm just picking it up and tilting it around in different ways, letting it kind of run together and just kind of blending all of those beautiful colors together. So I'm using I think 4 colors total today, but the blue ones are Peacock's Plume, Blue Lagoon, and it's Mint to Be, I think is the other one, the greenish one. And then I'm going to grab Minor 49er as well for some gold. So that's pretty much the way that I want it to look. I love how those colors just softened right up, and they're going to actually dry a little bit lighter and more shimmery whenever they dry here. I'm just using my heat tool because I'm super impatient when it comes to mixed media and dry time. So I use my heat tool there. And then I'm coming in with some white gesso. I actually messed up. I put some white paint down. I didn't want to use white acrylic paint in this case because I was afraid it was just going to dilute right into the paints that I used. And I wanted the white splatters to be on top of the mixed media and not blend in. So I made sure that I used white gesso instead of white acrylic paint this time because my mixed media is not completely dry yet. So I am just adding some more splatters using my paintbrush and those Shimmerz pots to just add some more colored splatters to the edges of that and in the middle as well. And I'm just going in with all of the colors, and it's just kind of breaking it up a little bit and giving it some more dimension. So I actually ended up setting this aside overnight and letting it dry. That way I could come in the next day and it was fresh and ready to go, and I didn't have to worry about messing anything up or smudging anything. A lot of times I will actually heat up my laminator and run these mixed media sheets through my laminator to flatten them out. So after I let it dry overnight, I did end up running it through my hot laminator just to smooth out any of those wrinkles or warping in the middle of my layout. So here you can see I'm drying that up. This is when I came back in the next day. I've already ran it through my hot laminator. And then I just start working on my photos. I'm going to go ahead and mat them here with some white cardstock. I think this actually might just be a scrap that I had left over from something else. Yeah, whenever I did my ice cream cone layout the other day. So I have this little scrap here. It was just laying here from the last layout that I did. And then I'm just pulling out some pattern papers from the smaller paper pad in the Where To Next collection by Vicki Boutin. And I'm just going to use those to mat my photos. This is my son. He's pointing to himself. Those are his photos. And then my other son is coming in now and just kind of moving things around on my desk. It's pretty much what he does best. But they're in my room tonight. They're crafting as well. And they have been making layouts. So super, super cute. But it cracks my husband and I up because my husband will come home from working and the boys are here and they say, Dad, look, I made a layout. It's just so sweet. And it's kind of crazy to think that they really do pay attention to things that I do here on my desk. So I've got my photos matted. They're ready to go. I've just dressed the edges of them. I'm just going to stagger them here. So I'm going to create kind of like a fun little shutter strip here across my page with all my photos. And I've got that lovely little flare. It's a canvas flare from Pear Tree Cut Files that I'm going to pop down there. And then I am just cutting bits and pieces and kind of making my own title from these bits from Vicki Boutin. So I've got these chipboard letters that say happy, and then I'm going to use kind of that cursive font in the black that says vibes beside it, but it was just super easy and I was able to piece that right together. And I'm just adding little bits to the top of this photo. This is kind of the main photo and I wanted that to be more of the focus of the layout and kind of draw your eyes to that one in particular. So I'm just tucking a couple things behind it to layer. And I'm just putting those little tickets in there and that little topper on the top of my photo. And then I love this camera. It's so cute. And I loved how it just laid right there. And I'm going to put the rest of my title over top of that. And I think it's going to be perfect. I've got Vicki Boutin's sticker book here. I just love the sticker books. You guys have heard me talk about sticker books from Simple Stories, and Vicki's got this one from this Where To Next collection, and I just love sticker books. They're just jam-packed with so many things that you can use on your layouts, and I love them. So I'm just using some easy tear tape here to actually adhere my photos down. It's super, super sticky, so I know it will stick well on top of that mixed media, and I don't have to worry about that going anywhere. So that's why I've chosen to use that particular adhesive over top of my mixed media. Usually I would just use like a tape runner. I have a couple of them here actually on my desk right now because I think the one ran out during this layout and I ended up switching over to my other one because it's laying here too. So I really don't have a particular preference as far as tape runner. I love the one I have from ThermoWeb. It fits in my hand so nicely and it's so easy to use and refill. But I also am partial to my ATG Gun and I love it as well. So you know, I have a couple that I use all the time. So I've got my title put down now. I just had to peel that off at the backing and stick those pieces down. And I've got this cute little chipboard flower that I tucked over there beside that flare and that little clip there that I grabbed from the sticker book. I'm going to add a few more things and continue embellishing this. And then I'm going to pull out some sequins by Catherine Puller and add those to my layout as well. I think it's from the Pagoda mix, if I remember right. So I'm going to add just a few more things and I'm going to pop some music in here while you watch me finish this up, and then I will stop back in at the end and show you the finished layout. So here is the finished layout. I just love how this one turned out, and I am going to link the cherry challenges below in the description for you if you want to play along with those challenges as well. They're always open and they change every month, so lots of inspiration there. So thank you guys so much for being here, and thanks for watching. Have a great day. Bye bye.